What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we're rocking Enthusiast all the way around today, which is good because we're going to look at another Duramax. Yeah, look at that LB7 smoke, baby. Because it's freaking America Day, that's why. As many of you guys know, Jack does a lot of work with LRA. So I was driving back from Reading, Pennsylvania to my hometown, which is in Lebanon, just north of Jack being in Lancaster. And I passed the truck, like same color as mine, crew cab, and it had an LRA plate on the front of it. That's why it's like kind of ironic that I'm repping Jack today, you know, but Now, obviously, it's not sitting at LRA because LRA is in Mount Joy, but LRA has a tendency of having some very quality vehicles. So depending on how this truck overall looks and stuff like that, who knows? I just drove past and was like, oh, dude, sweet. But if the truck is definitely something to look into, you know, we're going to stop by quick today, take a look at it, see if it's something that's worth my time, see what motor is in it, because it was a cat eye. So I was like, okay. All right, we'll switch over to Chevy maybe, if that's what it comes down to. You know, we'll walk away from the Sierra life and go to a Chevy. I'm completely okay with that as long as, you know, price matches and it's the motor that I want. As a lot of you guys already know, my LB7 is pretty clapped out. Not only do the injectors need to be replaced, but I also have significant blow-by. So my days of owning an LB7 are pretty much done. The truck has been sitting the past couple weeks. I haven't driven it. In my intro, you can see the blow-by. It's just, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with the LB7, especially once you get different injectors, but you do lack a little bit in the power department. I love the sound of an LB7 in comparison to any other Duramax, but sometimes you just kind of gotta bite the bullet, spend a little bit more money, and get something that's gonna last you a lot longer. Now, I would keep my LB7, but I don't feel like either A, rebuilding the motor and getting new injectors, because you're looking at, oh man, you're probably looking at least $6,000 to $8,000 right there, when I can literally take that money and then turn around and put it down on an LBZ or an LML or something like that. Now, before we get out and look at this truck, it looks so much like Jack's giveaway that he recently did, but obviously not a dually. This is crazy. Like, that is super, super clean. Oh, man. All right, let's go check it out. So there is some chipping here in the front. That's all right. Honestly, it looks, from underneath, it looks like it definitely has had some work done to it. 2006, so it is an LBZ, which is awesome. That's exactly what I'm looking for. It's a crew cab, has my mirrors that I have on my LB7. Overall, just really, really pretty truck. I think they're selling it for somebody, so it's not like I can just go out and test drive it. I'm gonna have to call the number that is on there, but it has one thing that I wanted to put on my LB7. That you guys already know me and maroon. It's not a fetish, but I always stumble across maroon trucks. But tell me that would not be an insane freaking duo right there. All right, so let's fill you guys on a little bit of details of that truck. So I just went inside and I talked to the lot that they had it on. It was like a Goodyear tire place, to be honest with you. They were selling it, somebody was selling privately through them. It's a 2006, which makes it an LBZ. It has 182,000 miles, which is a little bit higher than what I'm really looking for, but it's not out of the equation. Mileage only means so much, you know what I mean, especially if the truck was well taken care of. The one thing that they did say, and I did ask, was how much are they looking, and they said around 21, which with some of the cosmetic flaws, which I didn't really get down and dirty and show you guys some of the cosmetic flaws. The front bumper is going to need resprayed. The rear bumper, that little, I forget what the technical term of it is, that bumper has a couple dings, pretty decent scratch going along the back of it. like little cosmetic stuff that isn't the end of the world. Just like my truck, the rockers had rust, had some spots that had holes on it, which is notorious for the classic body style. This person's an idiot pulling right out in front of me. Dumbass. Fucking idiot. I swear, some people just need to be like grabbed by the throat and thrown through a fucking wall. I wasn't going to slow down either because honestly, we have these really fancy bumpers on the Jeep that I really wanted to test out their durability. Anyway, sorry for the little bit of an anger situation there. But yes, the rockers are going to need replaced, which is something that like even my Duramax needs to have done. Something that's not too expensive to have done. But for the most part, the truck was decent. You could definitely tell there was work put into it. Not quite sure the whole extent of the work, which obviously has a lot to do with me calling the owner. Hopefully they answer when I call. And you know, maybe we can spark some type of deal. You know, I don't necessarily think that the truck's $21,000 worthy, but I don't know what it looks like under the hood. I don't know if it has a built trans. I don't know the full extent of everything that was done to it. One thing that kind of irks me, and it's not the end of the world, is I'm currently in my wife's four-door Wrangler, and her Jeep sits higher than me. Now, I did recently lift this Jeep 2.5 inches and put it on 35s on a 17 by 9 inch wheel. You know, it's just one of those things where like when it's parked next to my Duramax in the driveway, I'm just like, my wife's vehicle sits higher than my diesel pickup truck. And it drives me nuts, it really does. Now that truck, that Duramax, towered over this thing. It made this Jeep look like a coward. Not that my truck has to be bigger than my wife's Jeep, but I would like it to be like the same height, if not a little bit higher, you know what I mean? Now, that obviously this Duramax was a little bit obnoxious, but if the right deal comes across, I'm not going to say no because it's too tall. I'm just shy of 6'2", so getting in and out of the truck will not be that big of a problem. The only problem that we would have is having 2 kids under 2 years old. Might have a little bit of a problem and might have to do like a relay system just to get the kids in the truck, but we can figure that out. That's the least of my worries. All right, guys, we're going to wrap up today's video with the old LB7 with the pappy cap on, looking like a grandpa. But if you guys aren't following the process of the 3rd gen Camaro rebuild, make sure you go back and you check out some of the videos of us working on this. I'm going to completely restore this car. I made the mistake a year ago to plastic dip this whole car because I was just going to make it a drag car. And basically all I did was hide all the imperfections. I ended up spraying over rust. There's a lot of little things like here. There's a lot of bubbling that just, I want to take the time, do it right, make everything the way it's supposed to be with this car, and ultimately be able to give it to one of you someday once the channel gets bigger and we get to that point. I will keep you guys up to date after I call the owner of that Duramax, so just stay tuned because there might be a part 2. So if this was your first time watching a video on the channel, I hope you guys give this video a big thumbs up. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Click the notification bell. Like the freaking video because you guys have no idea how much that helps out the channel. And the growth of my channel, like I said in the last video, has been insane. We have doubled in size since the beginning of 2019. And I think between this car, the Duramax, which we're still looking to get rid of, obviously, and my wife's Jeep, there's a lot of good content that is going to be coming for the channel. And it is up to you guys to support me, and it is on me to make quality videos. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.